Well, recently in college basketball, the Indiana Hoosiers defeated the North Carolina Tarheels 76-67. This was considered a mild upset because the Hoosiers are ranked 13th and the Tar Heels are ranked 3rd. So for some reason, it's considered an upset. But anyway, one of the greatest Hoosiers players of all time was Isiah Thomas, and he proudly showed his enthusiasm for his victory by holding up a picture of, a big cardboard cutout of a crying Michael Jordan. And much was made about this. Isiah Thomas said he was just having fun. Of course, Michael Jordan famously played for North Carolina back in the 1980s, the early 1980s. These two don't have a history as far as college is concerned. Their rivalry was during the NBA, and especially the late 1980s, when Isiah Thomas and the Bad Boy Pistons used to beat up on the Chicago Bulls led by Michael Jordan. And this is my take on this. I don't really necessarily have a problem with this. Okay, I'm not so much of a fanboy that I have to shit on Isiah Thomas for poking fun at Jordan. Because as much as I admire Michael Jordan as a basketball player, there's a lot of things about him as a person I don't really like. But this is just a continuation of both guys. They don't really particularly like each other. Okay. I think that Isiah Thomas is jealous of Michael Jordan. I think that this jealousy stems from many things. I think it stems from the fact that, Isiah Thomas is from the Chicago area. He grew up in Chicago. Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn, grew up in North Carolina. Okay, but Michael Jordan is beloved in Chicago. He's iconic. Okay, he's like a god in Chicago. Isiah Thomas is hated in Chicago, despite the fact that's where he's from. I think that probably has much to do with it, actually. I think he's jealous of Michael Jordan's status, the fact that he's seen as the greatest player of all time. While Isiah Thomas is one of the greats, I personally think he's a top 30 all-time player. Maybe some people rank him a little bit higher. Some people might rank him slightly lower, but he's still one of the greats. But, he might be jealous of the fact that he's not seen as a top 10 all-time player or 15 or 20. At least not anymore. Maybe 20 years ago, he might have been ranked a little bit higher. I think maybe top 20. But I think he's jealous of the fact that, he resents the fact that Michael Jordan spearheaded the movement to block Isiah Thomas from being on the 1992 Dream Team. That has a lot to do with it as well. So I think that with Isiah's stance toward Michael is a lot of jealousy. Michael, I think, on the other hand, just dislikes Isiah Thomas. It may have at one point in time hated him. I don't know. I know Michael holds grudges. Probably still dislikes Isiah Thomas a great deal. He was never fond of the fact that he may have, for instance, I believe Isiah Thomas may have been one of the players supposedly involved in the freeze-out of Jordan, the supposed freeze-out of Jordan during the 85 All-Star game. I think Isiah Thomas was one of the supposed culprits, as well as George Gervin. That was one of the reasons why Michael didn't particularly like when George Gervin joined the team, Chicago Bulls, during the 1984, after the 84-85 season. That was one of the things that Michael disliked. And, of course, the way that the Pistons played against Michael, the roughhousing, the extraordinary physicality of their games, and the way they beat up on Michael. All right, so uh, Jordan particularly doesn't like Isiah Thomas as a person, and some other things I've heard about Isiah Thomas. So the history is there. They don't like each other. Has time healed wounds or cooled things off? I don't know. You got these two guys who are very competitive and seem to have nasty streaks, mean streaks. I don't know. They probably still don't like each other, but I'm pretty sure that if they were in each other's company on TV, they would speak to one another. But but my take on it, I don't necessarily have a problem with this. Isiah Thomas is Isiah Thomas, This is, I guess, something of a victory. And I guess any time where he could, throw shade at Michael Jordan or, prick a pin in him in any way, like, hey, whatever. Tell what you guys think.